Welcome back. We are working through the conclusion of this session of A Bard's Tale. CliqClaq, you have just pinned the now severed forearm of the Doom Priest to the deathly black stone altar with a rollicking amount of damage. Stan, what do you do?
That takes concentration. Okay. So they're attacking the thing in the middle. I'm going to attack this giant. Oh gosh, what is that? That's a different window. Nat 20 on this giant.
No, it doesn't hit. Weird.
Rigged games, rigged.
A natural 20 will do it. And you take no damage in return this time because you're sponsored.
The dream. Yeah, so do I roll damage or does it do max damage?
Double any dice.
Five, 2d8. It's yeah.
So that goes to 10, so that's an 18.
No, hon. It was 1d8 was what I was supposed to roll.
Oh, yeah, you roll the dice normally and then double the number.
Oh, that was not clear to me.
Okay, sorry.
Roll the dice and double the number. Or should I have just done the first one? I don't know.
No, that's fine.
All right.
Any of that radiant?
This next one is 4 radiant, so 8 radiant total, and then 50 regular damage.
That's disgusting. Yeah, this time you just clobber the hips right out from between his knees and spine, and he bends sideways at 90 degrees and just topples over in a heap.
Well, that went well.
He wasn't in good shape before your crit, Stan. Now,
all right. So I've taken 2 of these giants out. The other ones aren't moving.
Took out has stood back up.
Oh, the one I took out has stood back up.
Yes.
And I know he's been disconnected from the altar. Does it still have the sort of soul-sucking power that it did?
Only a few ways to find out, Stan.
Yeah, I want to go smash this guy in the hole as well.
Okay.
How close do I really need to be? I'm colossal. My hammer's.
You've got at Colossal, I think you've got 15 feet of reach.
Okay.
When in, smash him in the hole.
Smash hole.
This is exactly how he plays golf.
Is that where you position yourself?
Yep.
Okay. Make your attack.
27 to hit. Whole man.
That is a hit. That is a hit. Even with his cover.
So 4 radiant damage and 23 regular damage on that
Right.
hit.
You hear something crunch in the hole. Stan, I do need you to make me an acrobatics test. And this will get disadvantage from your armor, if I remember, stealth and acrobatics. Or is it just stealth?
I don't know.
Okay. We won't worry about it for now.
$17?
That's going to be enough not to make incidental contact with the altar. You managed, as you were making the hit, you were very careful to arc over rather than lean on.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. No giants are within reach. Still, none of them move. Lovelace, continuing to hold.
Don't I get one more attack?
Oh, you might.
3, right, for haste?
Yes, haste.
Nat 20. Ha.
Boom.
I'm not sorry. Especially because these rolls suck. Alright, I got 2 radiant damage. And 46 regular damage.
Oh, great, Stan.
I'm pretty sure the hammer fits in the hole. It's not. It's probably smaller than 10 feet, right? Maybe.
It's like playing whack-a-mole a little bit. You get the edge, and you definitely make contact. It's got cover, but it doesn't really matter. Lovelace's turn.
He does nothing.
Okay. There's quiet from within the hole. Ishka reaches down, swoops it up. If he's not dead, we'll finish him slow.
Stan calls out, "Are we sure it's him inside?"
You want me open? Check.
Kinda.
I mean, on balance of things, kind of, yeah.
Don't just open it, but like empty your purse.
He doesn't have the actions to do that, but he does head over and cast a greater restoration on Stan. And that will bring your maximum hit points back to normal. Doesn't heal you any, but you have your top back.
Nice. I feel better about life.
Stan, you have best chance of destroying this altar. And then it's CliqClaq's turn.
Sure.
Oh, I'm sorry. The druid is much wiser than that. Stan, do not touch altar. CliqClaq has best chance of destroying. And now it's CliqClaq's turn. Tragically frozen. Now he's back.
What? Why me?
Range is range. Anything that touch it dies.
You said there's like a pedestal with a thing on it?
Yeah, a full-on black stone altar, intricately carved, has several, looks like relics within it.
Hail of Thorns.
Hail of Thorns. Right. It is a stationary block. Not so much in the dump.
Right. 1d2 piercing damage. 31. So the orb takes 31 damage and everything takes 9 damage.
Okay. The altar is now riddled with thorns and one long shaft in the center. You can see that the cracks have widened out and are sort of connecting the thorns together. And you can see just a dark kind of almost ultraviolet pulse. It's that intense dark purple somewhere deep within the thing, like the energy is trying to hold it together.
Are we still in rounds?
Yeah. You have another shot.
2 more shots then.
Yep. Still hasted.
Plus 26. What the hell am I doing? I'm gonna do sharpshooter for the second.
Okay.
Two natural 20s.
Well, shit. Don't even roll the damage. To be honest, one of those would have done it. You take one shot and it hits it just in exactly the point where all the cracks start to have concentrated, and as the shock is rippling out and forming more cracks, you put the second arrow in exactly the same spot, driving the first arrow all the way through the altar, and then there is an explosion.
Oh, good.
I'm going to need all of you to make dexterity saves. You're muted. Say that again.
I didn't see anything.
I did.
Here.
Gotcha. I got a 5. Stan
I wasn't
was
watching the screen.
this.
9.
Sorry about that, Stan.
CliqClaq certainly was, though. Dang, 28.
That's CliqClaq. And Lovelace got a 19.
You take half
28 and 19.
of those who made it take 30 damage. Half of that is fire. Half of that is necrotic. Those who failed take the full 61.
I'm guessing we both made it.
You muted your announcement of invulnerability, Stan, but I caught that.
Read my lips, kind of deal.
Dex save. Meh.
Who needs to be fast? Just take the hit.
Oh.
Ishga seems to be of a similar mindset, although without the vulnerability. I am might. So the altar just erupts outward in an awful, awful, awful cacophony of tortured screams and the sound of. There's a moment as life is snuffed out of most living beings when you can almost hear death cutting its cord. This is like a harp played with those notes. Spiraling upward from where you are in a 200-300 foot radius, you can see just an entire pillar of souls go swirling around and upward, and then just blasting outward from in all directions. The giants wither and turn to dust. The zombie carpet becomes an unfocused mass, and once again, just sort of turns collectively back toward the north, and without any sort of direction or cohesion, just start shambling around back that direction. There's a, as the pedestal drops the 10 feet that it was floating. Everybody take 3 bludgeoning. Sorry. Except you, Stan, I know. And
also, I have shock absorber.
and unless it acts like when you jump next to somebody on a trampoline and it's just swing. It takes about 5 minutes for the immediate area to be cleared of undead. The altar is no more. It is no longer, not even pieces of it. It's almost as if it was constructed out of those souls.
Bam.
Ishka looks at both of you. A worthy effort. Good shooting, Ranger. I must now return to Hyperion. Rendezvous with Andrathwil. Meet me at the tree. We may yet save it. And he turns into a sparrow and hastes his way off the way he came. It's a little bit strange. Now that you watch the form, you've had a good chance to watch how he shapeshifts. It's a little strange watching this basically mechanical creature sprout feathers and have skin grow over it and turn into another creature.
Yeah.
Other than the
Very
shuffling
weird.
of unfocused zombies, it's the quietest it's been all day. What do you guys do?
Should head back to the tree, right?
Yeah. Head back to the tree.
She wanted us to rendezvous with someone, the druid? Or the shapeshifter? Is that what she said?
Ishka did tell you to, he told you to rendezvous with Andrathwil, the head of the grove to the south, where CliqClaq serves.
Ah.
It was the place marked on the map where the trees could actually still receive the travel by tree spell. Tree stride.
Well, I guess we should go do that then.
Yeah.
Okay. You step off the pedestal, and it lays still like a tombstone. monument to something dead.
I'm gonna make note of where it is, and maybe my church can come help cleanse it later. Although the druids probably have lots of tools for that.
It can purify certain things, but this is unhallowed ground. That's
Yeah,
well within
that's
churches.
Don't need no second-rate necromancer coming in and using the infrastructure.
So by the time you reach Andrathwil's forces, they have staged and are mobilized toward Hyperion. You join up with them. You can see that Andrathwil is in residence, but not in any shape that you've recognized him before. You can see the facial features are about the same, and everyone is following this thing, but flying 20 feet or so above the amassed forces at very fast speeds is an angel, for lack of a better word. Radiant celestial figure with, instead of wings of a bird, the banners inscribed with celestial law. And even as the tides are attempting to pull back, Andrathwil is taking long sweeps, and you can see that as it gazes down at these creatures, they look up and are just racked with flaming pustules erupting out of them, and the flesh just becoming flame, like a radiant white flame, and zombies and various undead just vaporizing before it. You join up with the forces. It's an easy march. You've broken the back of the army. You get there, and the siege has all but broken, but the tree. It hasn't fallen, but there are rotten patches all across the base, and moving upward in veins. Most of the needles are bare. You can see as you approach the tree, the ground is littered with undead creatures speared with giant redwood needles. It's rotted. And the sound, now that the siege has broken, is like a colossal wooden groan. It doesn't look good.
Can it be salvaged? Can it be saved?
Would you like to make a nature check?
Nature. Wow, I know nothing.
Hard to tell. I mean, it's a grove tree. They're hardy and resilient. Most of them have stood for centuries. This one has stood much longer. But you've never seen any natural tree recover from this kind of damage.
I'm going to ask the people we're with.
They all look very concerned. Andrathwil is actually actively chasing the forces. He doesn't stay with the army. He takes that throne archon form. If anybody makes a religion check to figure out what it is, and continues just zigzagging through, wiping out swaths
of
righteous
undead.
indignation.
I guess I'm still colossal, not for very long. Well, no, on the way back, I would have shrunk.
Yes.
Because it's 30 block, or probably no, down to the
Large
arm.
size.
Yeah, I'm large now.
Okay. They cheer as you approach, by the way. Like as you guys join with them, you get approving looks from the forces that have joined up on this. Mishmash of armors. It doesn't look like any kind of regular military unit, but it is about 1,000 rangers strong. You didn't know there were that many rangers in the area, CliqClaq. Also a host of druids in various shapes. I mean, when druids go to war, it's the weirdest shit you've ever seen.
Yeah. It looks
at
like
the base of. Oh, go ahead.
I'm breaking.
One more time.
Never mind. Go on.
Okay. At the base of the tree, you are met by the half-elf ranger, who is once again looking just beaten and haggard. She's lost a couple of fingers in one. It looks like something bit a finger off. Although it's currently growing back, someone has already cast the regeneration spell. And they are talking in low tones as you join the group. Andrathwil is not there, but Ishka is, and there are some of the druids some of the people that you saw had evacuated at the Grove are now here and just actively tending to the tree. Most of especially the lower level druids, are just out there casting any sort of revitalizing spell they can, anything to heal necrotic damage, any method they have. Everybody is doing everything.
I'll touch the tree in one of its worst spots for just to see if lay on hands can do anything. I have 25 points in it, and you can try and cure disease or neutralize poison. Or you can you can try and heal. Maybe try and cure disease. It seems most appropriate.
Okay.
So 5 instances of that. I mean, it's a big tree. Just one spell's gonna, one of that's gonna do it.
But you feel a warmth pass from you into the tree as though the spell has found something to root out. There, at least in this portion of the tree, you see some of the more, I mean, inflamed is a weird word to use for a wound on a tree, but some of the more the ones that have bit into the sap and are obviously the worst of them. You can see some of those begin to lose kind of the black crust around where it has formed. Some of the anger of the wound has faded.
Cool.
Look like you work on anything?
I'm not sure how I can contribute here. This is not my wheelhouse.
All right.
Would remove curse be appropriate? Is it a curse?
Anything might help.
Well, I don't have that many spells left, but it's kind of the end of the day anyway. All right, nobody attack me. Nobody attack me. Oh, and I have lesser restoration that I can do too. So I'm going to do both of those. I'll do lesser restoration and
I
remove curse.
have a list prepared. I can do that.
Okay. You and everyone else, essentially, like everyone is doing something they can for this tree. It seems, well, it's not getting worse. It's very hard to tell, and no matter what. So Ishka finds you, CliqClaq, and sees Stan nearby. You may have saved Hyperion. Maybe years before we know. Certainly scars on the grove and land around it. It will be lifetimes before it heals. You have saved much life. You should be proud. How may I repay you?
I have no idea what to ask for here.
A reminder from the GM, this was the guy that could transport you to the desert. He is the one who has traveled that direction via the druidic magic and knows a tree that might be your gateway.
Right, that was a while ago. I forgot about that. We need help getting to the desert and crossing through the whatever it was called.
One more. Oh, the ley line.
Yeah, of bypassing the ley line to get to the desert. Not right this second, but soon.
I know this path. I know trees that will accommodate this motion. Have you traveled in waste before?
No.
Have you ever traveled dangerous desert?
Yes.
Good. Well, some knowledge of what to prepare. Excellent. The Badwamor wastes are like no deserts you have ever come in contact with. I have traveled 4 continents. Every coast I could find. All of the land. And this is a desert that is like mother of all deserts. I have never seen its like. The people who live there are hard. They are the sort of people who could make a home in such waste. They live much different than that soft city to the south. And much different from any civilized land. They welcome no one. No druids, no mages, no nobles, no one. You may need to prepare. They speak a language that is not quite common. Certainly very different from common I learned as we robotling. But I will help you to get there and safely return if is necessary. But I cannot accompany Journey. I am needed here. Without such as I, this tree cannot rebound. And Wrathwill is bound to his grove in the south, and he must defend it. There are threats now.
We still have a another traveler to go collect before we depart, but I'm just letting you know that this assistance would be beneficial to the cause and much appreciated.
I believe you. I have faith in goodness of your hearts. You have performed noble deed today. If there is more, I owe you more than a simple ride. Even if it is across continent and at least one ley line and probably to your certain doom, I owe you something else too.
I don't know what to respond to that with.
Well, good. If you had answered too quick, I would not have trusted it. Now, if you'll excuse me. He looks up to the top of the tree. I have much to attend. And again, he flits into just a tiny little sparrow, and you see him flit up towards the top of the tree. And I think that's going to be an excellent place to end the scene and the chapter and this little piece of the story. I hope you guys enjoyed your little side adventure.
Yeah.
Right? Since the bard wasn't there, I didn't feel obligated to put any option for you to talk your way out of this.
Yeah, it's very rare that you feel like you have to sympathize with the necromancer.
Nope, zero moral quandary. I gave you guys a little moral quandary fighting goblins. This one was going to be clear.
Are you saying humans are the real monsters?
Yeah, I run that trope. I won't lie. All right. Well, my name is Thomas. We are GameBreakers. This is David as CliqClaq, Allison as Stan Smith, and next week we will once again see Diamond as Struana Hardjaw. Incidentally, she's not with us because of the North Star Quest Camp for Girls. If you would like to give something to a noble cause this year, they are an excellent one. I believe we'll have a link in the doobly-doo. In the meantime, from all of us at GameBreakers, if you like what we do, hit the like button. If you want to see more of it, hit subscribe. If you want to see it get better, so do we. So we made a Patreon. Hop on over, check it out. See how you can help. Meanwhile, from all of us here, have a good game.